Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Welcome to Chicago, where the fires serve cold, but the Wolves and the Hawks never shiver in the snow. The Bulls keep it running, the Sox run the South, the Cubs run the North, but the Bears run the house. True Chicago sports fans got their ears to the street. Any team make a move and they never skip a beat. And in this house, this is where we be. Welcome to the show, Big Z.
Welcome to Chicago. Coming from the No Water on the Weekend hub.
Thank you.
This is the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z, and it's a 606 Media Extravaganza. We have Sean and Steven here for the No Water on the Weekend podcast. What's going on, boys?
How's it going? It's good.
Well, you're real distracted on your phone over there. It's going okay over here.
Well, no, he's working. He's got the outline.
He's working.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm doing great.
You're free balling.
I am.
Make sure that taint don't hurt.
No, taint's good. Taint's good.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Unlike somebody else I know.
Yeah.
This is a taintless podcast, sir.
Oh, no.
I think you need that.
What am I going to sit with?
Episode 152 is brought to you by 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Go and get your shirts now.
Right now.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Again, welcome to the show. And if it's your first time or you've been a long-time listener, please remember to hit that subscribe button.
Smash.
That's right. That notify button. Go ahead and give us a review of your listening app of choice. You can find us on Facebook, True Chicago Fans. You can find us on Twitter, True Chi Fans, and IG, True Chicago Sports Fans. You know what I just realized just listening to other podcasts? You have to go to the main page, go all the way to the bottom, and that's how you can review it. You hit the 5 stars. And
not with Spotify.
No, for Apple. For Apple.
Yeah.
It's easier on Spotify. You can just go do it right there and then. But I've been asked to do some other podcasts in the next couple of weeks. And they're like, well, can you listen to our show and give us a 5-star review? I'm like, yeah, if you do it for mine, I'll do it for yours. Why not? And I totally had to Google how to do it because I have not given someone
Google, or did you go on YouTube?
No, I went on Google.
Okay.
It gives you a little description. It's not easy to do, man.
Okay. Well, going off of that,
Yes.
Don't forget you can subscribe to the show, a monthly subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans. Go over there and click on to support, and you can subscribe for as low as 99 cents a month. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of things would cost 99 cents a month.
It's cheaper than your taint medication.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Do you like the show?
I do.
Are you a fan?
I am.
Tell your friends and they'll tell their friends, and we could all be best friends. If you enjoy the content, if we make you laugh or cry or yell or think, please share it with others who will like it as well. So let's moving forward. What up, Z? How was your week?
I'm starting off with bowling, and because I've been super honest on this podcast about my bowling accolades and struggles. And last week was a fucking struggle. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. It was a cheetah a pattern. So that's really heavy oil, very, very shortly, and then it hooks aggressively. And because all 3 of my bowling balls hook aggressively, I could not figure out where the drop zone was, and plus everyone else was dropping in my line. I scored under 111 each game. I think 111 was my high score.
Sean, do you know the cheetah pattern?
Yeah, I've bowled some tournaments on cheetah.
I did tournament on cheetah. Whoa.
2 for ABT. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do that bad, but I didn't do well either. I think it was like 130s or something like that. It's been a minute since that.
It went down from 200 to 111. I mean, that's a huge drop.
That's hard. Like anything with super short oil pattern, it's good to have like a urethane or have something that's not as aggressive.
Even my urethane was hooking aggressively. It was ridiculous,
man.
Yeah.
When I think of cheetah, I think of my stuffed animal when I was 6. Kiara, the cheetah with attitude.
Oh, I love that.
And when you would squeeze her, I'm Kiara. I'm the cheetah with attitude.
Oh, man.
That's a great stuffed animal.
Yeah, I don't know where it is now. It's probably somewhere in the attic at my parents' place.
There's a lot of stuff over there, apparently.
Yeah, shrine, apparently, is what I hear.
Yeah, apparently.
R.I.P. Stephen.
Yeah.
Nothing else pretty much than that. I mean, been hanging out at home, watching a lot of stuff that you guys recommended. I did watch Guardians
of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah, I did watch it, but it was a bootleg version. So
Did you cry at all?
No, why would I cry?
Okay, well,
Thank you.
And I'm the weird one. I'm the creep.
Yes.
I'm
I
weirdo.
thought it was a good movie. I don't think it was a great movie. You loved it, didn't you?
I did love
he
it.
cried.
You've seen it 3 times, didn't he?
He cried.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was with him on one of them.
Yeah. Well,
When did you cry?
Well, when Rocket's singing "Creep" with
That-
Radiohead.
that was a good.
And
that
I
was
just
good.
pictured me being Peter Quill, drunk all the time because he misses his lady around that time.
Sounds like they hit a nerve there.
A
Yeah.
lot to unpack there, Stephen. A lot to
This is the wrong podcast for that. Sean, how was your week?
No, it was all right. It was all right. Yeah. I didn't cry at any movies, I don't think.
Okay.
I do cry at movies. I'm a sensitive little man. And let's see. I don't know. I've just been working.
We did bowling on Thursday.
We did bowling on Thursday.
How'd that go?
I think it went bad, if I'm not mistaken.
We took 3 out of 4.
Oh, that's right. And it was, which is funny because we all did pretty poorly.
I only did well the 3rd game.
Yeah. But I don't know. Not a lot, to be honest with you. I went out to eat last night with the chef special over here on Western. Love that place. They got great food. They got great cocktails.
Once I get a job, I guess I can go out to eat again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important.
It is very important.
That's important.
Or you
Or you
know,
just work there.
or if we can have everybody who's listening subscribe for 99 cents a month,
Yeah.
I'll have $5.
You know what we're gonna get? We're gonna set up GoFundMe for Jose.
Hey, yeah, I'll take it. Teachers unemployed.
All right, we're gonna break your leg real quick, and then just say you don't have insurance, and then they'll.
I
definitely
don't
work.
have insurance.
Okay, so then you're gonna have to deal with a broken leg.
I'm
for a
not
little
going
bit.
to county for a broken leg. I'll be number 3094. Yeah, they'll take me in December.
Okay, well you gotta wait till December, and then by that time you should have a job.
And a bow leg.
Yeah. Because you're going to set this GoFundMe up for him so he has money.
Right.
But then you're going to break his fucking leg.
Right.
It's
And
like
then he's gonna-
15 grand. I'll be more in debt than when I started.
No, I'm just gonna push you over the deck, and you'll be fine.
I'll
Just
land,
on your legs.
I'll land at all your pigeons over there.
Yeah, you squash them while you're there. Yeah,
Sound it'll make.
yeah.
Well, it's been kind of crazy to do stuff. It's been beautiful out.
Yes.
If you're not like hit by a tornado or the Canadian what is it?
Air
Canadian
quality
Air quality
doesn't kill you.
The there what was it? You had like crazy thunderstorms.
Oh, yeah.
Flooding?
The flooding.
At
Yeah.
Diversity. I think I sent you a video on Instagram of it being flooded.
Oh, the water coming up to the
Yeah.
spouts. Yeah.
I took a video like that like 3 years ago. I went to, it was wild seeing that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's fucking just shooting up like a geyser.
Yeah, that's usually me in the morning when you have to take that morning bathroom break.
And then you're like pushing in on your taint a little bit. Oh, boy.
All right, since we've been making lots of references about Steven's taint here, can you give us an update on your taint?
Well, yes. So, I'll explain. So, what I've been doing, what I've been up to.
Playing with your taint.
No. Well, kind of, because I'm riding a bicycle. But hold on. But I just want to say that yesterday I went to go see Yellow Card.
Nice.
And that was a great concert.
Okay, to our listeners who don't know who the fuck Yellow Card is, please let them know who they are.
So Yellow Card is a 2003 band that came out, and they were established then. They had a CD called Ocean Avenue, 20 years old, and they came to Chicago. And Chicago, they said last night, was the most tickets has been sold in the whole tour so far.
So all 5 of you guys were at the concert.
All 7,000, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
where was it at?
It was at the Huntington Bank Pavilion right next to Soldier Field.
Okay, yeah, outside.
So it's we took a bike, divvy down by the 31st Shore, like docks.
Yeah.
And then we went over there. So I rode a divvy, and then this morning I was out till like 1 trying to get back home. Plus, I went to the bar with also Matt Mitrick and stuff like that. But
Shout out to Matt.
yeah, but today I actually bought one of my buddy's bikes. So he lives in Pilsen, and I rode his bicycle from Pilsen back home, and my ass hurts, my legs were shot, and I haven't rode a bike like that far in a long time. 6 miles. I felt like it was 12 in my head. And
When was the last time you rode a bike?
last year when I went to Riot Fest. So
We're not talking divvies. We're talking regular bikes.
yeah, that was a regular bike. So it was my Pee Wee Herman bike.
He just sold.
Oh,
his
the
bike.
Schwinn.
I sold that one.
Yeah, it had the big seat. It had the grandma seat on it.
Yeah, it was a cruiser.
Yeah.
The one that fit his taint perfectly.
There it is.
Yeah.
Must have a big taint.
And then I know tomorrow my legs are gonna be killing me.
I'm gonna name this episode "Tainted."
Oh god. Oh, also, just throw this out there for the people who don't know who Yellow Card is. Go listen to the new No Water on the Weekend episode, and right off the bat, we have a little less than 15-second karaoke session for.
What's their popular song?
Ocean Avenue.
Okay, all right. So I'll look it up and I'll put it on there for you guys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we did that for No on the Weekend, and then a new episode is already out.
Yeah.
So after you're done listening to True Chicago Sports Podcast,
That's right.
just, go back over there. Check out No One on the Weekend.
Well, hopefully they listened to it before, since we come out before.
Yeah, I know, but I keep having to remind them because I just feel like they're
Yeah, you
like,
gotta remind them.
they hear my voice here and they're like, shit, I gotta go to another episode and listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Also-
Well, you know what? Everybody that I told you last week that you're getting positive feedback.
Now,
That you're on the show. Yeah,
like
especially
that.
my listeners, Chuck from Wedding Band. If you don't know Wedding Band, they're a cover band. They sing 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s
Does he
stuff.
sing like the guy from?
He plays bass, but
Oh.
they have a main. They have a new main singer now.
I was thinking of the guy who does the wedding songs, and he's like very aggressive, like in.
He throws the F word in a lot.
Yeah,
and stuff.
like-
Oh,
The
that guy!
Hangover?
Yeah, that guy's great.
Yeah, he's done multiple movies where he's like very aggressive wedding singer, so that's why I mentioned that.
They're a fun time. They play festivals and stuff
Nice.
like that.
Nice.
So he's a listener. He was telling me about because he's a musician and he's listening to the beats we play underneath, and he's like, I know when the next transition's gonna be, and I'm like, you must be listening to this show a lot because sometimes I put the same beats on there.
Or maybe he, needs to hear our voices go to sleep. Like it's like kind of an ASMR kind of thing.
He is a insomniac, so yeah, he does stay up late. He's a crazy guy. The musicians are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't play. Oh, I play the drums, but I never played in a band.
Oh no, we're just rock band.
Yeah. And when you said David's band, I immediately went to Guitar Hero Rock Band. So makes sense.
You would play Creep on that, wouldn't you?
It wasn't on there, unfortunately.
Not that version.
No. Like We Are Champion.
That's how I got introduced to it.
Oh no, Pyramid Song got me into Radiohead, but besides the point. So, so hopefully I'm gonna go ice my thing, and I'm gonna sit on some ice while I'm doing this episode. So,
Boy,
yeah,
that's a hell of a picture in my mind.
yes, it is a great picture.
It's a
in your
rosy
mind.
taint.
All right, so in this episode, we will catch up with our Chicago teams in the loop, the aftermath of the scandals at Northwestern. Cubs and Sox look to have better second halves, while fielding calls, the trades, plus stirring the pots, and what you're looking at. But first, the big three with Mr. Big Z.
Thanks, Steven. I'm Big Z, and you guys are not.
Nope, not at all.
Now for today's stories. I'm going to start off with story number 1. You guys go to Japanese steakhouses?
Yeah, I enjoy.
Once and not anymore.
What do you guys get at the Japanese steakhouse?
I am not a creature of habit, so I usually like to switch up when I go places. So, just depends.
It just depends.
Yeah.
If they have horse
That's
meat
what
there?
that's what he's gonna be wearing for his taint.
What, horse meat?
No, depends.
Oh,
Yeah, with a little strip of horse meat in it, just
Yeah.
to cool it off.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if I can go to a place and somehow afford the Wagyu steak, I'll do that. That's always good.
What are the places that you actually cook your own food? Aren't those it?
Those are Korean.
Oh.
Those are Korean. Yeah,
Really?
Korean places.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they're bringing everything, all the vegetables and meat, and then you just cook it right there in the middle of the fire.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
I'm a huge fan of Japanese noodles as well. Like any sort of Japanese noodle dish I like. But yeah, it just depends. What about you?
I've only been to the Koreans. I've never been to a Japanese steakhouse. I've been to like Morton's and stuff like that. Chicago steakhouses, but not a Japanese steakhouse just because I don't eat seafood. So
Okay, well,
but
there you
I know
no,
they
they're
have steak.
steakhouses.
I know, but they also offer seafood. So you should try to stay away from places that do both. A Japanese steakhouse in Florida, of all places, announced that it's closing this past Friday after 7 people said they were poisoned with methamphetamines last month after allegedly eating at the restaurant hibachi tables.
Oh my God.
Can you describe for the listeners who do not know what that is?
I've never done meth, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hibachi or meth?
The amphetamines, that was a really big word for me.
Methamphetamines. Oh boy. That would be wild. I'd be so fucking mad.
Why?
Yeah, I know. I'd have a great time, and then I'd be like, "Fuck, my teeth hurt," and then I'd be so upset.
After you've been up for like 4 days.
Okay, it goes away after like 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody knows.
Yeah, somebody's an expert here.
I mean, they're usually outside doing, they can't fall because they're high.
So they're closing the Nico Japanese sushi bar / steakhouse after, I don't know, they've been in the community for about 10 years. Yeah, because they got popped for someone put methamphetamines in someone's food. And they're still investigating who, what, and where, and how this happened.
So those are like crazy type of news stories. It's like when people are afraid that they're going to take their kids out trick-or-treating and people are going to give them like...
Razor blades in their stuff.
No, I was thinking of like weed gummies and shit like that.
That's a new concern, yeah.
Yeah, but who does that? I mean, people...
Who's giving away good weed?
Exactly. That's my thing.
Exactly.
It's like who just has meth that's like, oh, I guess I'll just sprinkle it in this food. Like, what the hell? Like,
if you're going to do your own... Why would you give someone else your meth if it costs money?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what...
Do your own meth.
Where was that at in Florida? Did it say?
Oh, because you are familiar with Florida. That's right.
Well, he lived in Florida.
That's why I'm saying he lives in Florida. Let's see, Santa Rosa County. So looks like
That's right. I was just curious.
yeah, it's Santa Rosa County. Yeah, that's all it says. Cool. It doesn't really say a city, but I'm guessing it's in a Pensacola area,
Okay.
which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
I won't discuss it on the air, but did I tell you about the sex move I made up called the Pensacola handshake? Okay. All right. Next topic.
No, that's a no water, no weekend topic.
Yeah. This is a family show, Sean.
Oh, I can,
Somewhat.
Okay.
After we talked about his taint for 20 minutes.
This is degenerate episode. I feel like every time I come on the show, it just goes down the toilet.
No, that's not true.
Bring
No,
out the
it's not
worst.
at all,
Bring
not
out the
at all.
worst in people.
Not at all. All right,
I bring out the disgusting out of people.
Yes.
You know?
That is true.
That is very true.
All right, story number 2. And we're going to keep it wild. Too much. Burger King's now offering in Thailand a no meat and 20 slices of cheese burger. It's not really a burger. It's just a grilled cheese.
No, we
burger.
know about it.
Yeah, because you probably said it on your podcast, right? Because it made news. We cross over
I know,
sometimes.
yeah, that's fine. My take on it was the fact that if you order this burger, you're only going to have the bottom and the top part cheese melted, but in between it's going to be all not even melted-y, if that's even a word. But it's not going to taste great.
I don't think it's going to taste great either. I just think
Aren't you lactose intolerant?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I want you both to eat it.
I am too, and I would eat it. I'd try it.
No,
I would just 20 slices of cheese between two
How about we
hard pieces
just
of
make
bread?
our own, and then we do like a live podcast of both you on the toilet, and we see who's the first one that goes right through. I would love to see that or hear that.
Everybody be like, this is fake. It's not real from Sean's on Sean's side because it just sounds like he's pouring water into the toilet.
That's exactly what it would be sounding like.
Nah, that'd be hilarious.
You know, they do have those, like, I think they use them at McDonald's where when they melt the cheese real quick, they just pop something in like this little steamer sort of thing, and then it just quickly, like, I don't know, the hot air just real quick like, melts everything. And so maybe they do that with that, and it's not like...
It's not melted all the way, but like
I mean,
to the point where it's
through it.
almost right.
Yeah. So
I've seen photos of people posting it, and it's not melted.
Gross.
It's way too much cheese.
I mean, I like American cheese, but I just want it to be like a grilled cheese. I don't want like
Right,
you know?
just might as well get a grilled cheese at that point.
Yeah.
That way, way better.
I had 2 of those for lunch today, grilled cheese sandwiches.
Nice.
I
Did
felt
you
like
have also tomato soup?
No, I do.
Are
have
you in the
tomato soup.
1940s?
I almost made the tomato soup with it, but I did not. And I did feel like a fat toddler while I was eating.
Like in Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was also watching UFC, and I was also making fun of like this Russian fighter, and
Yeah.
I was doing like kind of a Russian accent. I was making all these jokes of like being in the dark, and it's always cold, and
Did you go into your Bane accent?
a little bit.
Yeah. knew it.
So I was having too much fun with it. So when you talked about the toddler, that's what correlated that to me.
Nice,
So,
nice.
Yeah. Getting off topic.
It's all good. It's all good. That's what happens when you have 3 people on a podcast.
That's very true.
Yeah. Story number 3, and this is just because I like throwing wrestling news out there. The Undertaker has shown that even the water fears him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're going with.
Yeah,
this
so
one.
if you have not seen this video, his wife was out on the beach with his kids, and a shark was slowly creeping in towards her. So she calls him over, and he stands in the water and just stares at the fucking shark. When the shark stops, and then turns around.
Holy shit.
Way to go, brother. Like,
Goddamn.
did you see this? Look at this image.
Yeah, I saw
You
the
saw it?
video. I saw the video. I thought that's pretty cool, even though I'm not a wrestling
Because,
person.
I mean, he's so fucking huge, the shark was like, why is that great white shark standing upright like that out of the water?
Yeah. Why is he going to eat me?
Ah, man, that's insane. I mean, yes, he is like in his 60s, so he is a little bit out of shape, and he's not wrestling anymore. And
he's
she's
not?
in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, she is.
Why does he have that big black hoodie on? I mean, I guess maybe he's trying to not get sunburned, I suppose, but
Yeah,
But why black hoodie? You'll
Because
be
it's the
burning.
it's the Undertaker, bro. He wears nothing but black.
I guess so, yeah. Didn't he wear mascara too?
At one point, yeah, he would wear mascara,
I just think of
and
like,
they would do the little teardrop for one of his characters.
they would like lose or whatever.
Oh no,
Or
he
when
would
add
have
them.
like this one character where he's just a badass. He would just give a fuck and just destroy people. He had like what is it, something of ministry or something shit like that. So he had like a teardrop that he would draw in there every week.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Now I think we talked about it last week, or I was talking about it with someone about taking a punch from someone, and I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I wouldn't mind having that experience.
Jesus.
Are you fucking kidding? You see how jacked that fucking
I
dude
know, but I would just say not like a really hard, thick one, like he'll like knock me out. But I mean, with Undertaker, wouldn't you like to meet him and experience something like that?
is? I would love to meet him. I would not want to take one of his punches. He was one of the most stiffest workers,
He's like 60 years old.
and he can still kick my ass.
Why do you think that a 60-year-old man wouldn't be able to punch hard?
Because he's old and frail.
He's 6'7",
He's
about 300 pounds, 300 some change.
I just feel like if he wound up and tried, my back. I don't know. I think when 60, you're going downhill.
I think he might hurt his back punch. Yeah, but he's still gonna knock me the fuck out.
And then he falls and his face is in the water and then he can't get up. And then who wins? I'm just saying.
I went dark. He's talking about drowning the Undertaker.
I'm not saying I'm going to like...
Paul Bearer is rolling over in his grave. Right?
For real, for real. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it.
I'm just hurting right now, okay?
Yeah, I see that.
So I want someone else to feel some pain.
I'm Big Z, and that's news to me. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. Joining me is the guys from the No Water Weekend, Steven and Sean. What's up, guys? I want to talk some sports now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, man. This is The Loop, our Chicago sports windup where we keep you in the loop.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
All right, Steven, what's going on with Northwestern, man? Tons of bad news up there.
Right. So last couple episodes, we've been covering this story.
Right.
And so with Northwestern right now, a university fired head baseball coach Jim Foster on Thursday, days after the university let go of the head football coach Pat Fitzgerald's on the investigation in hazing allegations. So Foster was relieved of his duties effectively immediately from the athletic director Derek Gregg said in announcements posted to the university athletic page. Now he still has his job.
That's bullshit.
And it is, and he's not even in the country. He's somewhere outside the country on a boat.
And everything's been through a press release or whatever. He hasn't gone on camera,
Right.
He hasn't been in front of the public.
So I don't think he should even have his job because it goes higher up.
It really does. It goes all the way to the top.
And it shows a lack of concern for the students and everything that's going on if you're not present or making any kind of appearance.
It's a black eye on Northwestern because it's such a prestigious school when it comes to their academics, and now that they started getting their sports programs off the ground, with the football team and now the baseball team, it's really a black eye for
2 black eyes.
Yeah,
you can't see. You can't see where you're going now. Greg did not give details behind Foster's termination, said many factors were considered before the decision was made. So here's a quote, nothing will ever be more important to Northwestern than providing its students a place that allows them to develop in a classroom, in a community, in competition, and absolutely the highest level, and the building of culture, which will allow our staff to thrive, Greg said.
Yeah. So you can say anything you want to say, but your actions have shown that you had a loose leash on everything that's been going on.
Right.
Maybe. I think there's a long history of this in this country with colleges and universities, especially ones with big sports teams, where that shit is known and gets swept under the carpet. And those universities usually have lots of money, especially because of the sports programs. And then they're able to just deflect. I mean, there was a dude. There's a dude from Ohio that's a congressman now who was, tied to sexual abuse scandal. This just happens a lot, and I don't know. It's jacked up.
We're no longer in the era of boys will be boys.
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
The mental health that affects these guys going forward is pretty bad. I know the team stuck up for Pat Fitzgerald, writing a whole statement, but there's a lot of former players coming out saying, no, it was pretty fucked up when I was there.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have a lawsuit against the school and the state and whatever. Well, just the school because it's a private university.
Right.
But they make a lot. I mean, it's expensive to go there. So
yeah,
they've got a lot of money. Who's taking over for the baseball program?
So right now, as the director of athletics, I take, so here's another quote. As the director of athletics, I take ownership of the head coaching hires, and we will share our next steps as it will unfold. He added assistant coach Brian Anderson, a former MLB player who won a World Series ring
That's right.
with the Chicago White Sox in 2005. Feels like forever.
Wow.
Will take over as an intermediate coach. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Brian Anderson was the assistant coach there. So that's kind of still iffy because a lot of the assistant coaches that were under Pat Fitzgerald are still there. And I understand that some of them were just hired. But again, you have former MLB player, World Series champion Brian Anderson, who played for Ozzie Guillen. Ozzie Guillen went on one of the post game shows saying that Brian's a great guy, comes from a great solid family man, and that he's been with the program. And he called him up and said, "Whatever you need, if you need me to go down there and help you out, I'm more than happy to help you out." So
yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. While it's unclear that what led to Foster's termination as head coach, both the Chicago Tribune and 670 The Score report that Foster allegedly led a toxic culture within the baseball program as it alleged bullying and verbal abuse behavior led to a human resource investigation by the university. Right now, 670 The Score reported that Foster also allegedly made racist statements and discouraged players from reporting their injuries. When asked about the allegations by the Chicago radio station, he denied all allegations, calling them ridiculous. Also sounds like the White Sox and them hiding that they're hurt or not.
The White Sox, they don't have to hurt them. You see these guys getting hurt on the field. There's no need to hide them.
Both current and former players and alumni told the Tribune that they alert university officials of Foster's behavior before it started of the 2023 season. The university investigation found...
What happened there?
My eyes got crossed. Sufficient evidence that Foster engaged in bullying and absurd behavior. The Chicago Tribune reported.
All of this is going to come out.
Yeah.
All this is going to come out. So the fact that he fired him without an actual reason is total bullshit. What's going to happen is guys going to get blackballed, hopefully from the sport, from coaching. Hopefully he never coaches again for not allowing that. Because if I was a father of a student athlete and this shit went on, I'd want to beat his ass like Cain Velasquez. I would go and chase his ass down and beat the fuck out of him, especially if he did do something to my son. You know, whether it was Pat Fitzgerald or one of his coaches or this dude right here, it's totally unacceptable to have that type of mentality. We're no longer in the 60s and 70s. You know, you can't get a concussion. Oh, shake it off. Keep going. We're not in that era. We understand what concussions are. We understand that there's mental abuse, there's physical abuse, and both of them are long-lasting, and they have the effects are just horrible.
Right.
Coaches don't care about that.
I
Those
do.
big ones, those big.
Those big ones, no.
No, because they
delegate.
push you till you break as well. They're willing to look the blind eye to push you till these kids break, so that they can still make their money, because they're making big money at certain levels.
He was the highest paid. Pat Fitzgerald, I think he was the high. Oh no,
Yeah.
the athletic director of Northwestern is the highest paid person in the state of Illinois, I think.
Oh my God, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's
either.
wild, dude. That's It's just easier for scumbags to turn a blind eye.
Yeah, well, it happens a lot more in the South with those big football programs,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
You know, so boys will be boys. They're just rambunctious, and that's why you had the number one pick, I think, or number one or number two pick that did the car racing thing, and someone died,
Yeah.
and they try to sweep it under the rug.
Yeesh.
But also it goes back to them being both hired. And if they, it goes back to the director hiring them. Because if you know how to hire scum.
It's systemic, right? If Pat Fitzgerald, when he played and his coach allowed that, him thinking, my mentality, oh, that's just how we coach and this is how we do things.
Right.
You let the boys, kind of govern themselves. But at some point, you got to put your foot down and say, this is not acceptable. So, again, I think it's more of a generational thing that keeps rolling over into sports. So, I'm glad they're gone. The athletic director needs to be gone.
Yes, he does.
I literally think that they need to do an investigation from top to bottom and see who was part of it, who wasn't part of it. And if you're a part of it, see ya. You're no longer able to coach.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Let's switch over to some happier news. The White Sox.
Thank
Well,
God.
not so happy. But
Yeah. What do you mean not so happy? We just beat the number one team in baseball. We took 2 out of 3 from them.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, look at that.
And
Look at
I'm
that.
going to give a little statement here. You did win 2 out of 3, which is right, and you beat the number one team. Okay? But it didn't really matter because the Minnesota Twins, they won and won.
They
all
finally
3.
won 3 games, right?
Right.
So we didn't
you're
climb up.
Exactly. So you could say and be happy, and that is a great achievement.
No,
That
it's a good achievement because you came out you came out of the All-Star break and Atlanta just put a shellacking on them. I think it was 9-0.
I think they're a little
It was
rusty.
wild.
I
Then
think
9-0, and then the next 2 games they came and showed they had heart and they played well. The hitting was there, the pitching was there, and so what ended up happening is they play really good baseball, and it's like, where has this team been for the past 3-4 months?
I honestly think it was a fluke.
No, it's not a
I
fluke.
think the
it's not a fluke
Braves
because
were-
the Braves lost to the Athletics. They got swept by the Athletics over in Oakland. So it happens. It's baseball. It doesn't matter. At any point, any team can win a game.
I just think that they lowered their competition. You know
I
how, like,
highly
when you-
doubt that.
Because like the White Sox are coming in, like let's just half-ass it.
Oh, they went against our best pitcher, Dylan Cease, and Giolito.
Oh, he didn't.
Lance Lynn. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Lance
Giolito
Lynn.
got.
No, he didn't pitch. He didn't pitch. It was Kopech who got shelled, and then it was Lance Lynn who pitched very well against the other kid, their best pitcher who got hurt.
I think a different game then.
Yeah, and then we had.
There was 5.
He had
Oh yeah.
Cease.
Okay.
So we did well. So yeah,
But let's talk about Eloy.
yeah, I do have that on here. Eloy did get hurt running the first base. He pulled his groin again. This is the exact example of someone who does not train well, who does not warm up well, who just relies on their physical ability to do what they do. This kid is so talented that he's got to the major leagues doing it half-assed, and it shows. If you don't warm up, and if you don't have a lather by the time you're starting the game, you're going to get hurt. Look at any NFL player that's a running back or wide receiver. Those guys pull hamstrings, pull groins because they do not train well, they don't warm up well, they don't take care of their body. This is a prime example. Eloy gets hurt like every 2 weeks.
Right.
Because he doesn't take it seriously. It's as simple as that. Frank Thomas said it at the post game as well. you're not running or working out 100%. You're not getting to that. You're not doing your sprints at 100% in your warm-ups. So how are you going to know what you can do and what you can't do? You're asking your body to do something that you don't normally do, and then your body's going to react, and it's going to react in a negative way.
Well, you said he pulled his groin, right?
Yeah.
I'm on theguardian.uk. It said he pulled his taint.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It's
that's
a serious injury then. I believe
It's
it.
spreading.
I believe it's a serious injury. Yeah, I was impressed. I thought it was like, wow. But I'm still, not impressed.
I mean, we're 15 games under 500, third place, 8 games back. It's a horrible division. We took the best series. We took a series from the best team in baseball, but this team has more ups and downs than a fucking roller coaster at Six Flags.
Yeah. I think the roller coaster would be broken if,
It would be one of those broken roller coasters.
Yeah,
It's
that's always broken.
It'd be the deja vu or some shit like that. That never worked.
Or people just falling out of the cars and shit.
Yeah. Was it the American Eagle that's all wood? It's Jerry.
That's the best ride.
He's
When you
all
walk
wood.
off, your neck hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your ass and taint hurt when you get off of it.
I also like that you were. I'm gonna quote Steven here. He was like, "I was impressed. I was like, wow," and that was your. That was
wow.
Like wow, and that was your. Yeah. Oh right, okay. I'm just throwing my 2 cents in.
Oh man. Anything else on the White Sox, sir?
No, I mean, we'll see how it goes for them this week. How they continue to do better or, get worse.
Also, keep up with Noir on the weekend to find out how the Sox are doing too. We have particular commentary.
You do. I heard the last episode. I was laughing my ass off on that.
I mean, you guys are 4 of the last 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not like throwing shade. I'm just saying you guys are 4 of the last 6. So let's see how the next 10 games go.
And what are the Cubs?
They're 5-5.
Woo! 1 game better.
Hey, still 500, man.
You're like that kid at the end of the podium. I got 7 plays pouring champagne on himself.
Oh God.
I'll do it.
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Are we going to jump over to the Cubs?
Not yet. I got a couple more things. I know the White Sox made some signings. I don't want to get into it just because it's a bunch of kids. They signed 17 out of 20 selections, including a shortstop who will probably end up replacing Tim Anderson at some point.
I would believe so. I mean, you're going to pick up his $14 million contract.
Yes, because it'll be cheap.
And also, I don't think he's going to resign. I think another team, because he needs to get out of here. And not saying that he needs to leave town, but he needs to go somewhere else to get a fresh start.
I think that would be best.
He needs that.
I think it would be best for him, but at the same time, you're selling low. His stock is low. He's literally Lurie Garcia and even worse. Yeah. If you pulled up the numbers for him, Lurie Garcia, who they DFA'd, and the numbers are just as bad. He's the worst player in MLB baseball right now when it comes to batting.
Oh, yeah. No, we talked about it last week.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're selling low. Did he get a couple hits this series? Yeah. Am I jumping back on his bandwagon? No way. But his defense is just stellar.
Even though his shoulder is shot.
And his shoulder is like at 60%. Yeah. I do want to give a shout out, and I don't want to play the whole speech for you guys from Liam Hendricks. He got comeback player of the year at the ESPYs. It was a 5-minute speech, so I don't want to play it all. But please go out and check out Liam Hendricks' speech. It is beautiful. He talked about pitching with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma for the entire season last year, not knowing that he had cancer. He is in remission, and right now he should be coming back in the next couple weeks back to the team. But he's been traveling with the team, working out with the team. He thanked his wife, thanked the White Sox organization, and a bunch of other people. But it was a very touching speech. I was out on the road doing something, and someone texted me like, "Oh, you watching ESPYs?" I'm like, "No." He's like, Hendricks is doing a speech. I'm like, I'll catch it. But, shout out to Liam for being such a badass and such a great person. He's an advocate for equal rights. He's an advocate for animals, and he loves living here, and I hope we keep him.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the Cubs and the
mediocre half 50-50 Cubs.
Hey, see, you're the one dogging them. I'm just saying we're going to talk about the Cubs and the friendly confidence. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No War on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots, so let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z in co-hosting 606 Media family, Steven and Sean.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's happy when I say
Yeah.
Steven and Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it wrong a couple times before, but it's okay.
So wrong.
Give the man his flowers. Why can't he be first sometimes?
I just thought it was alphabetical. Like
That's what I felt,
that's
yes.
No, it doesn't bother me. You guys make it a bigger deal.
Save the best for last. You're the one that cries about it, not me.
Yeah, at night when you guys aren't here.
My camera that I posted up in your bedroom, I can see it.
Oh, well,
And
I'll
your,
wave to you next time.
your puddles are dripping down to the floor.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
It's going through the floor. It's going through the floor.
It's not tears.
It's a mixture of many things.
It's I don't know, taint pus.
Tank pus, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, Steven, what's going on with your Cubbies, man?
All right, so I've talked about on this podcast, and we went through, I think, 2 episodes ago
Yeah.
of like the schedule that's going to come up.
Yep.
And I said that we might split or lose to the Yankees, which we didn't. We took 2 out of 3. And, we had the Red Sox, and I said we might win 1 or lose the series, or we might get swept. And we lost the series.
You lost the
So,
series, yeah. It was literally a slugfest.
I mean, it was hitting all around.
It was 8-3 Sox, and then it was 10-4 Cubs, and then it was 11-5 Sox.
I mean, yeah. And Marcus Stroman was the only one that actually performed and did really well.
the guy that wants to stay here that they don't want to sign.
And yeah, I have a very, but Justin Steele, he
He had to produce it. He didn't produce that day.
yeah, he did not. He got rocked. So yeah, I mean, we got the Nationals coming in tonight and Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
yeah.
Then you have the Cardinals coming into town. So that's a 4-game series before we have to go to guarantee rate.
Yeah, for 2.
And then we have to play the Cardinals again. So, I
For
mean,
another 4, yep.
I think we have an opportunity to go, what did I say, 11-3? But they need to go 11-3. They need to go 11-3. That's some Cubs math that I did myself.
11-3? Was it 3? That's
Yeah,
7. That's 11. Okay. 11-3.
They need to go 11-3. If they take the series at least from the Nationals, but they have to produce and sweep the Cardinals.
The Nationals with Schwarber. Oh, no, that's Phillies.
Phillies. Yeah,
She went to the
Phillies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
Nationals are not a good team. Yeah,
No,
you're
they're
right.
37 and something. So I feel like the Cubs have a better team. But again, at the same time, good teams could also lose to bad teams
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
are speaking about full circle.
Yeah, that's
you know.
full circle there.
But you have Swanson, who
Is he hurt?
he's still hurt, and I think he might come back by the White Sox Crosstown Classic. But I can't say for sure.
You might as well hold him back. You're not trying to win anything.
Yeah, and Cody Bellinger has been playing like an all-star.
He's an all-star.
He's an
MVP.
all-star, but he's playing like that
He's
again.
batting over.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's batting over 300. He's hitting belly bombs.
Yes, and I don't want him to go.
He's gonna get traded. He is a Scott Boras client. He will not sign during this season. Scott Boras doesn't do that. He wants to negotiate with 30 teams. So this guy's gonna get paid over $200 million as soon as his contract is up.
Yeah.
And it won't be with the Cubs, I'm telling you right now. But at the same time, you got him. He got hot. You flip him. You get some prospects.
Which is true.
It's a win-win.
I know, but then if we send him off, it shows that you're sellers.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you get prospects. I'm thinking you're going to get something for the farm.
No, you're gonna get some low-level prospects because he's a rental. But at the same time, you
You get him for what, 3 months? think 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, because you signed him for 1 year.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a win-win. He wasn't that good. He was still injured when you signed him.
Right.
He told you, he showed you that he wasn't injured anymore. He played well. He's playing well beyond what you expected.
Okay, so then I need him to produce for this week, and then you can get us in a positive, and then best luck. You know, I just hope this works out because I'm right at the edge of like being like the season's a bust, and I'll still watch.
It's not a bust. You guys were not projected to win anything, anyways.
I mean, I like to be at least competitive and at least get second.
And I understand.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Again,
I don't think
give yourself champagne shower for that one.
I will give myself a champagne shower also for the bet that we made.
Yeah, I'm still confident.
Well, not after this week.
I'm still confident. We're playing the Mets.
I'm gonna watch that series.
Of course, because you can't watch the Cubs on TV.
You know what? I'm waiting for that app to come out, and then I hope, like I've talked about it. Hopefully, it's not $30. If it's $30, I'm not buying it. And if I buy it, I want to know what it's coming with, and it's got to really persuade me. And then me and Sean can watch the Cubs while we do the podcast on Fridays.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm tired of watching the White Sox lose. I'm tired of them losing because it is embarrassing, but not as embarrassing as the Mets. But I feel bad.
I mean, you guys did make a move. You signed, acquired P.J. Higgins, who you drafted and then DFA'd, and now you traded for cash considerations.
Yep.
Yeah. How does that work?
I don't know, and that's why I'm not working at the front office. I would like to know how you get involved in the front office and like how
you got to start as a scout. They send you to podunk and go look at kids.
Right. And it's just like you could have a scout like in Moneyball.
That's how you start.
Right.
Or Trouble with the Curve, any one of those movies, they show you exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, but you're already like in your early 20s. I don't even think you get to the front office until like later in your career.
You've got to be super smart or super lucky because there's GMs that are 35.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm way older than that. What am I doing in my life?
Yeah. Makes you question a lot of things.
Yeah, making a podcast.
The most lucrative job.
That's right. It's most rewarding.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying they're going to go 11-3.
They need to go.
No. What do you say they're going to do though?
I want to say they're going to sweep the Nationals. I think.
Whoa, no.
I want to say that they could do it. They could do it. I believe in them. And I also am still peeved about the bet from the home run derby that we had last week that I didn't make. I only won $12 this weekend off of UFC fights.
Oh, I bet that the main event against Holly Holmes. I don't know the girl's name. I was like, I had some change and some money in there, and I was like.
I bet $5 and she won.
Yeah, I put the $2 and change that I had there. I was like, I like even numbers. And one of the guys at the bar is like, I bet you Holly Holmes. And I'm like, well, I put $2.32 on the other girl. I'm gonna go with the other girl. And sure enough, she did a standing choke and choked out Holly Holmes. That was impressive.
And I had a $5 bet if she TKO, disqualified, or knockout, and it was $5, and it would have gave me $60, and it didn't happen, so I lost that one.
Yeah.
But I might make a bet tonight on the Cubs, so I don't know.
The Cubs?
We'll see. We'll see
what we do that. All right. Let's move over to the hardwood with the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls got their exception approved by the NBA for Lonzo Ball, that $10 million exception, so they can go and use some of that money. They also officially signed Craig, a 32,
Phoenix, right?
Yeah, a 32-year-old point guard. So more perimeter shooting. Yeah.
Still average.
It's again, I'm not too excited about the Bulls yet because they've shown me time and time again with the same exact team what they can do and what they can't do. And I'm not a big believer in Billy Donovan right now.
Right. And gentlemen, the ticket sales for this season is dropping like flies.
That's great. We can get in there.
Yeah, we get in there like swimwear for sure. We could actually get season tickets, but we're gonna have to go for ourselves. We're not gonna be able to like sell them because who's really gonna want to go?
Yeah, they're gonna have to make a splash.
Yeah, I still enjoy going no matter what.
Oh, it's always a great time.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, just going and seeing Bulls, especially getting, even if they're doing poorly, just get like first, like, I don't know, 12, 15 rows or whatever. Like, let me get there, let me hear them. And like,
you hear the squeaking of the shoes.
Like, and everything that they're saying too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's a whole experience. And I still enjoy it even when they do badly
that's when
while they're doing badly.
That's when you can get those seats.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, so what? It's still professional sport.
I can still hope, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
A little side note, because we're still talking about basketball. Dwayne Wade has been just bought ownership stock into the Chicago Sky.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up with you, actually.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it was
he's
awesome.
part owner now with Kelly Rowland and Beyonce's dad.
Nice. In good company.
Yeah, very good. A lot of millionaires there.
Oh, boy, are there.
Well, a lot of people are part of that Chicago Sky, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. There's a big ownership group. All right, let's go to your sport, the Blackhawks.
Let's do it. So with the Blackhawks, they've made a couple things and some changes in the this last couple weeks. I'm excited to go and see them when they do come play. I wonder how ticket sales are actually going to be.
Let's go to the preseason games.
I'm down with that. But Mark Spector at Sportsnet recently reported the fact that Taves' name was not on the list of available free agents recently submitted by the NHL by CCA, the agency head that represents him, that feels an awful lot like a guy who is ready to step up away from the game.
Yeah, so his representation did not put him on the list that says he's going to be available for the next season. So, I mean, he did have a lot of health issues, the on and off.
Yep.
That post-COVID issues. So it looks like he might be done, and that's okay. I'm
okay with that.
He had a great career. He won 3 championships. He won a gold medal in the Olympics. There's nothing to be ashamed about when walking away, because you got to take care of your health and your family.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
he's a nice guy. I met him.
Did you? Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I wanted to get signed. My sister used to work at a beauty shop, and Kane and Taves would get their haircut there.
Yeah.
And so I gave her a couple pucks, and unfortunately, I only got 1 puck back. I gave her 3 pucks to sign. I only got 1. I'm like, what happened to the other 2? She's like, I don't know. I think someone stole them. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, she can't tell.
Yeah, or she's given them to the other people there. But I did get a Kaner signed puck. So, I mean, it's still a Hall of Famer. you know?
Right.
So I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, I sold him a pair of board shorts when I was at Bonobos. So.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And he asked me if his credit card was safe, because we were using tablets at the time.
Okay.
I said, yes, sir. Yeah, it is.
As you're writing his number down and
No. I want
the
no.
card number so you can go on shopping spree, not his phone number. Although maybe.
Right. He's like,
know.
anything else with the Blackhawks?
I'll lock introduced to the Hall of Fame once he becomes eligible for Taves to walk away, if he wants to walk away from the game. I think he's a first-round ballot if he wants to do that, right?
Yeah, he's gonna definitely get. He got two
championships,
gold medals, World
right.
Junior Championship, Connor
Stilecki
Smith
Trophy,
yeah.
2 Olympic gold medals, a World Junior gold.
I
and a
mean,
World
first ballot,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. No
Right.
doubt about it. I got a couple more nuggets. Virginia McCaskey and Mongo from the '85 Bears are finalists to be inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, nice.
So we're cheering for them, especially for Mongo, who's battling cancer and he's not doing too well. And then my cousin, once or twice removed, but I used to. I don't know the family junction because I don't talk to my dad anymore. But it's my dad's cousin. Her kids. We used to hang out as little kids. I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, around that age. That's the time we were. That family was close. But the baby of that family, Misael Rodriguez, actually debuted for the Chicago Fire last week.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. That's dope.
That's pretty
dope.
cool, man.
Yeah.
So he got to play, I forgot what against Toronto or against the other team. But he got to debut, and it was pretty exciting for me to see a family member up there. And they actually been winning pretty good. I think they won like 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6. And
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And they're 1 spot out of the playoff contention. So they're a bad team. They're really a bad team.
And they're playing at Soldier Field still, right?
Yeah, and it's a poorly run organization, but it's still cool to know someone who's actually a professional athlete who's actually sacrificed and got to that level.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
All right, we'll be right back with Stirring the Pot after a word from our sponsor.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey, this is comedian Ken Garr, and I was just a guest on the True Chicago Sports Fans podcast with Big Earl and G-Money and a bunch of weirdos. So tune in!
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z, with Sean and Steven.
Hey, oh, my man.
606 family here. Hey, boys, it's that time again.
Oh, it's stirring the pot time.
Stirring the pot time.
It's time for Stirring the Pot. So, if you're not listening to the No Water on the Weekend podcast, please go do that as soon as this podcast finishes. Make it one of your starred podcasts, one of those podcasts that you put notifications for and you follow.
It's a good time.
It's a great time. It's a great time. It's party time.
It's a party.
You'll laugh your ass off the entire episode. Now, they do have a hotline, and unfortunately, I don't have a hotline because I do a bunch of other stuff right here by myself, so I don't have any help. But there was a call that went through your hotline that was meant for me.
Oh, yeah, because they couldn't get a hold of you.
They couldn't.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so I'm going to play that right now. Let's see this.
Let's hear it. Our voicemail that had to do with True Chicago Sports Fan. So I do want to play a True Chicago Sports Fan call that was left on our voicemail because obviously
they don't have one.
TCSF doesn't have one.
They're behind a little bit.
They're broke. But so this is from that.
Hey, thanks for calling Noah on the Weekend Hotline.
So let's check it out.
Be sure to leave a message and take a shot, and we'll call you back.
Hey guys, I've been trying to reach Jose, but I can't seem to fucking get a hold of him. He won't answer any of my messages. I had him on thread or whatever. But I just want to say, I found your missing person, your co-host. That's right, E-Rock. Found him at a softball game. I fucking snatched him up.
Wow.
Put him in my trunk. If you ever want to see him again, it's gonna be $150 cash up front.
They've been feeding him.
Get it? Yeah, so pass the message along to him, please. Thank you. Bye.
We'll pass the message.
We'll pass it along.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
boy.
and because you're not working, I don't know if you have $150 to spare.
I don't have $150 to spare. We'll have to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, another GoFundMe. Man, I'm going to be busy.
Yeah, consider that pot fucking stirred. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean...
It's been like 10 days at this point.
Yeah, it's been a minute at this point. Yeah, it's...
That could have been the Chicago serial killer. There you go.
Oh, if he turns up in the river over by Salt Shed, I'll be so upset.
Or by Diversity, he might have been spewed out.
I mean, I will be. I mean, like, it sounds funny, but I would be upset if that happened.
No, yeah, of course.
I'd be like, oh, damn, it's real. But, oh, boy. So what?
That's a small ransom.
Yeah. I mean, for one man's trash is another man's treasure. Wait, am I talking? I don't know what I'm talking about. That $150, you know, that can make a big difference in somebody's life. Maybe they can't, keep the AC on for their newborn baby, and they need that $150.
Or they need it for anti-amphetamines,
or taint swelling medication.
Steven, is that you? Well, did you leave that message?
No, not me. No.
Okay.
No.
I know.
Well, I do need $150 though. I just bought that bike, so you know.
Oh man.
Maybe I'll get a GoFundMe. Help me pay for the bicycle I just bought.
Oh god. I'm gonna have to block this guy on Facebook. I can't do it.
No, he's pretty interesting. He's fun. We talk late at night on
nice.
Fortnite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll send him a message. See if he still has E-Rock on there. I don't know.
And it's funny because he couldn't get a hold of you. And that day, every time on Fridays I call you, you're like, yeah, I'll call you right back. And I never get a phone call.
No,
back.
I did call you right back that one time. And you didn't answer.
Oh, you said that one time.
Yeah, I'm honest.
I'm honest. The time. Yeah.
The last time you called me, I was at the Sox game.
And you didn't even text me saying, "Hey, I'm at the Sox game. I'll call. Sorry, I can't talk right now." I would love that message.
Well, I mean, the dude said he was trying to get a hold of you on Threads, Saying like I wasn't about to give out your phone number. Obviously,
thanks.
I've got caller ID.
Oh,
I'm not
well,
just
maybe
giving
I'll
out
give him
your
your phone number. Not
Oh no!
Gotta
Oh,
check my
no.
threads. I check my threads like I check my TikTok.
once in a blue moon.
That's
What?
right.
You're posting on that shit all the time.
No.
I gotta tell him to go check his TikTok.
Yeah.
because I sent him something funny, or I have to find it on Instagram and send it through.
Well, you
through
can
that.
send it from TikTok to Instagram.
Yeah, because I have to download the video and then send it through Instagram. That's a lot of work, man. My it's cellular data plan of downloading all this stuff. It takes a toll.
Well, R.I.P.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
All right, boys, what are you watching? It's in sports.
Sean, you want to go first?
Sure. So I've been watching, I'd mentioned this to Big Z earlier. I've been watching a show on Apple TV called The Foundation. It's based on some Isaac Asimov books from the 1940s. Great sci-fi show. Just started the second season. It's really phenomenal. Aside from that, I was watching. So there's a podcast called Serial, which I listen to, and one of the episodes was about killing of a girl in 1999 named Heymin Lee, and this was these people were the same age as me, so it kind of piqued my interest a bit.
Yeah.
And this. Anyway, so it was about the killer, the convicted killer who maybe is not the killer, and he's doing time since '99.
Holy shit!
Why can I not think of his fucking first name right now? I'm sorry about my language. I can't think of his first name right now. But there's his last name is Syed, Syed, and Adnan Syed. And there's also that the Serial podcast came out in 2014, I believe, and then in 2019 there was a Netflix documentary called The Case Against Adnan Syed. And so I just watched all of that. I think it was 6 episodes, maybe 4.
Okay.
But it was really great, and especially since Angie and I just on this long drive to Minnesota recently listened to that podcast, and so that was really great. Aside from that, my TV crapped out the other day. Backlight went out, so
we just sold.
We'll talk off here. I might be able to hook you up.
well, okay, so that sounds good. So, but I've been watching that and the Foundation. The Foundation I've been watching on my laptop. I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Sucked.
How was it?
Oh, it sucked. Like I was. I mean, like the thing is like I didn't realize there were like 7 Transformers movies.
Oh yeah.
So I'd watched like maybe the first 4, I think, and
Mark
then,
Wahlberg and then Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
Yeah,
And
so-
then you had
vice versa. Shia LaBeouf started the thing out,
Right.
And then anyway, so I watched this new one because my buddies were all about the Beast Wars thing, which kind of missed me. I think I was a little bit too old for it at the time. Like not necessarily too old, but like I was in my late teens, and it was like okay,
Disinterested at that point.
Yeah, it was like I was playing in punk bands and shit and doing other stuff. So watched that, and there's some really funny things in it. He like the main character meets a transformer in Peru who has this
Pete Davidson.
well, no, not that guy. But it's the Mexican footballer from
from Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso,
Yes.
and I knew his voice instantly. And he's got this accent, and the main character, I think he's like half Puerto Rican and half black. I think is what it is. And
The guy
he's like,
from In the Heights.
yes,
Yeah.
and, yes, and
And
Hamilton.
he played Hamilton too.
Yeah. And he was like, "Hey man, where are you from?" And he goes, "Cybertron." And then and it's really funny. And then he was like, "Oh," because then and he spit some like Spanish at him, and he was like, I was gonna say that, but I didn't know if he spoke Spanish." And he's like, "Yeah, man, that would be a little bit." And everybody's like, "Yeah," and the main character, he's like, "Racist?" Yeah, I get what you're saying. And then there's some like conversation, and they all walk away, and then he's the last one to walk away, and he's like, "I mean, how the hell is that racist? This guy's a fucking robot." And there's some really like funny lines, but overall the movie doesn't make a lot of sense. But the last scene right before the credits is very exciting for the future because it's supposed to be the first of
The Beast
a
Wars.
trilogy. And so if this is the first, and it takes place in 94, so if the next 2 movies are going off of the last scene in this movie, it's going to be sick. It's like a crossover. It's going to be fantastic. But so I watched that. Overall, not that great.
Apparently, they're supposed to be rewriting, and Shia LaBeouf. All that is supposed to be wiped away.
Oh, well, I could see that because there was a lot of stuff in this movie that I was like, how the hell do you explain all the other movies when you've got this going on right now? But I mean, like there was some fun stuff, some callbacks. It was a lot of callbacks to like the 1986 Transformers animated movie.
Awesome.
So it was kind of cool. But yeah, not been watching a whole lot. Just been like working a lot and trying to come up with great stuff for the podcast. You know.
Yeah.
But you?
So I watched a little bit of Hijack with Idris Elba.
Oh, I have not seen any of that.
Can I spoil like the first episode for you?
Sure.
Wait, it's a show.
It's a TV show.
Where can you find this show?
On Apple TV.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he's going to be like this awesome kind of like badass FBI, secret agent, like kind of thing because this plane gets hijacked. Well, they don't tell you what job he has until the last couple of minutes at the end of the first episode, and it kind of stops me from watching it. He is a corporate negotiator.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So he's just good at negotiating, and he's going to negotiate with terrorists, and that's going to be the whole thing.
That's like finding out Finn was a janitor on the Death Star wannabe
Right.
in Star Wars. Yeah.
Right, cleaning toilets. Yeah. So I'm like, this is very disinteresting to me now.
So you're
fuck that.
I'm not going to watch
Negotiator, man, that he's got the corporate negotiation, I feel like is like a lot more hostile than terrorist negotiations possibly because billions of dollars are on the line. So who knows, man?
True, but I mean, like, come on. Like, if it's just that and he doesn't have any combat skills.
How about you watch one more episode and then report back?
All right, I'll do that.
Two. Well, two, because you got to let it flesh out. You got to let it flesh out just a little bit, because who knows? I mean, look at Idris Elba.
No, he's a great actor.
I know. I'm just
and
saying,
a great DJ.
Look at. Yeah, I've seen some videos. Look at him. He's going to have some sort of prior.
I don't think he does. He
whatever.
takes bad projects.
I don't even agree with that. I like what he does, and I like what projects he takes because he's like. Okay, saying that he takes bad projects, I feel like it's like when he does that, big fish in a small pond type of deal.
Yeah.
And like, but it makes it because he's good. He's fucking good.
Sean Hobbs.
Is that from the car
Fast and
movies?
Furious? Yep.
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's the bad guy.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a bad guy.
Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the villain in that?
Between that, watching a couple Family Guy episodes.
Of course, you're
yeah. So if I put something late at night.
South Park?
Not a whole lot lately. But I mean,
It's
I've
Always
just
Sunny?
been.
I'm cutting you off.
I
like
know.
a mother.
Actually, I did. I finished the new season off. And I enjoyed the latest season. I thought a lot of it was really funny to me.
Okay.
I maybe or may not have peed myself a little bit.
Oh. It's taint issues.
Taint issues.
Really weakens the bladder.
It's all messed up down there.
Can't wait to make the flyer for this one.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it.
He's gonna
I'll make
Google
it. I got
image,
time.
Google image search gooch.
But other than that, that's been pretty much it for me.
Nice,
I've
okay.
been enjoying the summer, so I haven't been trying to go out. I've been trying to go outside more.
Yeah. Well, now that you have a bike, hit me up. I can go riding.
You're gonna ride a bicycle too?
I have one. I have a fixie too.
All right, fine. That's fine. Let's see your fucking taint get hurt.
I think my taint will be okay.
Oh my god!
I'm glad you
I'll meet you at Output.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Outback. I was like, I got to go buy a bike. I want a bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
The bloomin' onion.
Hey, that bread is good. That pumpernickel bread is good.
Yes, sir.
It's all right. See, what are you watching?
I went down the rabbit hole, and just because I like the dark side of wrestling, that documentary, which is starting up this week. Yeah. The new one is Dark Side of Comedy, which premiered last year, and I didn't know that was even a show. And I've watched just about every episode. I think there's 10 episodes. So I've watched the Chris Farley, Andrew Dice Clay, Roseanne Barr, Artie Lang, Richard Pryor, Greg Girardo, which I really enjoyed that one.
I had tickets to see him, and he died
Yes.
the week before I saw it. Well, I was supposed to see him, and he's a genius.
He was a lawyer. He went to Harvard Law.
Oh, I didn't know that about him. But
I mean, the
he's
shit you
smart
find-
as shit.
Oh
though.
my
Like,
god!
yeah, dude.
When he was on that show on Comedy Central, I forgot the name of the show.
So I did the roasts.
He also did the roast, and he
Yeah.
hated doing that because he was typecast after that.
Yeah.
But there was a show on Comedy Central where they would just talk about whatever's happening, and they would just go at it. And what is his name from? It's an FX show.
The Shield, Walking Dead.
No, the Fireman show.
Oh.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the actor? The white guy?
Firehouse?
Dennis Leary.
Dennis Leary. Yeah, he was on there, and they were going back and forth,
Oh,
quips for quips. And he was getting mad. Dennis was getting mad because he was so quick-witted and understood. Because they were talking about how to end the war in South Korea, and he's like, "Well, you can go on there and you can find a peaceful way." He's like, "How can you find a peaceful way? It's war." He's like, "Negotiating? To have a civil conversation? That's how we do that."
That's funny because they're both quick-witted dudes.
Oh my god! And I didn't even know. I did not know Dennis Lee was a comedian before that.
Oh shit! Okay, that's where
it threw me up.
stand-up spotlight back in the day on VH1. That I remember him being on. Like, that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god! It was that episode's one of my favorites. So each episode's about 45 minutes. You'll run through them really quickly.
I'll check that out.
The Dustin Diamond one. Oh, that's so sad.
It's funny because you're listing these off, and some of these people have great tragedies surrounding them, and then like two of them that you mentioned are just assholes.
Which one?
Roseanne.
Oh yeah, Roseanne.
Who was before Roseanne?
Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, there you go.
But he's turned his career around.
Yeah, he has. He's an asshole. He was an asshole.
Was an asshole. Yeah.
Roseanne.
Misogynist is. Yeah.
Yeah. Roseanne wasn't an asshole, and then was an asshole.
She was blaming it on mental illness from a car accident when she was 16 or some shit like that.
She's been around for 40 years, but the last 20 years have been complete psychotic, whatever. It's just showing your true colors at a certain point.
Exactly.
Comes with age.
The last one I watched was Freddie Prinze.
Oh.
That was really good.
I don't even know anything about that. I didn't know he was a stand-up comic at all.
Oh, you just know him from the show? What was his show?
No, also, he was in Star Wars, too.
Was he a stormtrooper? Was that something that he did?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, no, the cartoon Rebels.
Right,
He was Kanan Jarrus. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I just know him from a bunch of movies, but I didn't know that he was a stand-up.
Freddie Prinze, not Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh, I'm thinking of Freddie Prinze Jr. Okay,
no, Freddie Prinze, the comedian.
Was that his dad?
Yeah, I'm assuming so, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know anything about him. Okay.
Yeah, again, go down the rabbit hole. That's pretty cool. And I also started The Bear. I'm like 2 or 3 episodes.
Nice.
That show does give you anxiety. Just because it's like so fast paced of what they have to do.
I keep hearing that. I've not watched it, but I've heard it.
So essentially, he, Lip from Shameless, he's been given a restaurant by his brother or uncle or some shit.
Suicide brother.
Yeah. So essentially, he's taken over because he went to study with world-renowned chefs. He was at the highest restaurant. What did he get? The Chevron?
Michelin. He got a star.
Michelin, yeah.
Michelin star.
Yeah, Michelin star, yeah. So he gets in. He's trying to turn around an Italian beef spot. So, and everything's falling apart. So it's a good show, but it does give me anxiety because he's like, he has high anxiety. He's a high functioning anxiety person.
Okay.
So he has like.
But I mean, it's like it's really true on the whole restaurant kind of attitude where it's like it's a stressful atmosphere.
It sure is.
Right. So that's where I think that connection for a lot of people who, are in the restaurant industry, they can relate to.
Sure.
100%. And I did watch Guardians. Yeah. I thought it was okay. I will rewatch it when it comes on Disney next month, in about 2 weeks.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. I'm not going to buy it then.
Yeah, it comes out in August.
I was going to buy it. Oh, and I did see Super Mario Bros.
It was good as hell.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. I'll watch it on the Fire Cube.
Right. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Because you can watch stuff on there.
Let's go!
That's good.
All right, anything else, boys, before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Just be sure to listen to No War on the Weekend. Every Monday, we have a new episode out. Be sure to follow us on the socials. And I'll be at the Cubs game, I believe, next month on the 14th in 1914. So if you're in the 1914 club and you want to come say hi to me, I'll be there.
Cool. I'm going to be backstage at Papa Roach tonight, so come say hey. Oh, no one's going to hear it until afterwards. If you saw me, tag me.
Always remember, no one on the weekend.
That's right.
Cheers!
All right, y'all. That's it for today. Thanks for listening. A big thank you to our sponsor, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Great Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to greatclothingco.com and get your official TCS Podcast t-shirt search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 at the checkout for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Get your shirts now. You heard the boys here. They're part of the 606 Media lineup, the No Water on the Weekend podcast with Steven and Sean, a pop culture forward podcast that dabbles in funny trivia, film, television, music, and Chicago-centric news and the happenings. New episodes every single Monday.
That's
right. Yeah.
I think I nailed that one.
Oh, you nailed that. That was good. That was good.
Shout out to Ronesh, Panic, and Series Beats, and custom made for the beats we played on today's show. Check out paniconthebeat.com for your moment merch and gear. Check us out on social media. You can find us at True Shy Fans on Twitter and on TikTok. Find us on Facebook, IG, Spotify, and you can reach out to us on our email. We want to hear from you. I don't have voicemail. Send me an email. TrueChicagoSportsFan@gmail.com. All right, y'all. For Steven, Sean,
and Big Z.
And this is Big Z. We'll see you next time for episode 153.
That's right. Peace.
Until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.
Wow.
A few moments later.
You have a lot of incest.
That's real.
Shut your mouth.
Lover boy.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
I think he's on steroids.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Show's over, show's over, show's over.